Welcome to today's video. That, in a strange way, has nothing to do with today's video, but also has everything to do with today's video. And I'll show you that as we go through. What I'm going to do is I'll play through this once as written, spend a little bit of time talking about how you can play it more stylistically, and then finish by playing it as written. So what is this that we're talking about? This is underground sound. I'm doing it for a student who is doing the ABRSM exams, but as is always the case, composers don't compose music for the exams, they just compose music. So don't let yourself get sucked into exam thinking all the time with music. It's possible to get to grade 8 by only playing 24 pieces, and that's no life for a musician, is it? So play those 24 pieces, get up to grade 8, all this kind of stuff, but also play 124 pieces. Something else which is worth you thinking about is that this piece is played at 120 beats per minute, and as I said, there is a lot of leeway. You play musically, don't play for exam purposes. I was in a workshop with a piano player who accepts commissions from composers. He let a few compositions go by that had a metronome mark, so that 120 beats per minute, or the 120 means that every crotchet in this piece is at 120 beats per minute, or there are 2 crotchets per second. This performer let a few compositions go by that had a metronome mark, and then he just stopped the workshop and said, I don't want to see another metronome mark. Do you think that when I'm on stage I get a metronome out and I put it on the music stand and I play exactly to 120 beats per minute, not 121, that would be wrong, not 119, that would be wrong, 120. No, of course he doesn't do that at all. Depending on the time of year, it will change the speed of the piece. So roughly speaking, I'm thinking this piece should be going, 1 second, 2 seconds would be 60 beats per minute, 1 second, 2, so ba, 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 and my quavers, quaver, 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 quaver. So it should go along pretty quickly, like... my fingers up here. I'm going to do something with that in a minute. So that was it played as written. There were 1 or 2 little mistakes in it, or maybe there was definitely 1 mistake, there might have been 2. Think of this when you're making your own mistakes. How much do you critique other people's mistakes? How much do you notice other people's mistakes? Watch through the video, see if you can pick out the mistake that I made. I'm not sure that you would be able to, and I think you probably let me off with it. Examiners will let you off if you make the odd mistake. I mean, don't play half of a piece and then just walk out the room. You obviously won't pass for that. But don't get so hung up on the little errors that you think are huge. Other people don't critique your mistakes as much as you critique your own mistakes. So anyway, okay, so what this is written is in individually played quavers. I can see a P over the top here, which means that I'm meant to play it with my pulgar. So that is individually played, P, 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 P. Now, there's another way of playing this, where if you strike with the pulgar, and then make your, I use my second finger, but make your left hand make the second note. So I'm playing the A on the open string with my right hand. And then I'm going to strike the ascending slur like this. classical means to play the most correct way. And this has got blues influence all over it. As I said at the beginning of the video, I played this thing that had like a... So, you know, I've got ascending and descending slurs. I've got glissandi. Played Hey Joe without slurs and glissandi, it would just sound weird. I also played a harmonic at the end here, which I'll show you at the end of the piece. But the harmonic is played by very lightly touching the strings. The fret's not engaged at all. I'm just very lightly touching the strings, and I'll get onto that. So, to ascending slur, you play with your right hand, and then play with your left. And to descending slur, you do the same thing, play with your right, and this time pluck the string with your left. It's worth me noting here that the technique that I'm using is I'm taking my right arm and pushing the guitar into my leg. I can feel it engaged with my chest as well. It saves the end of the guitar flapping around and you using your left hand to control the guitar. So here it is with all the stylistic techniques, basically ascending and descending slurs and glissandi and the harmonic at the end. It's worth me saying, just at the end of the second system, I've got a G, a B, and an E. Tuning on the guitar is floating a little bit. And this, I would play those as open strings. Indice, media, annular, over the G, the B, and the E string. But if you want to try and find the G on the 5th fret of the D string, and the B on the 4th fret of the G string, you can actually slide into them and it sounds really cool. So the last two bars there. Moving on, exact echo, answer with the same echo as written. I'd probably slur off the G to the E and then glissando from the D up to the E. Really cool lick, a little blues lick there. Exact echo. Coming down through the rit. Rit stands for retardando. To retard something is to slow its growth, and ando at the end of Spanish and Italian words is gerund. It's an ing, the gerund's the ing sound that we attach to the end of verbs to activate the verb. So retardando means slowing. So we've got this 1, 2, 3 kind of tempo. Harmonic gives you the end of the blues thing. I'll play it through once stylistically. And here is as written. Try to leave the slurs and glissandi out of it for exam purposes. They're not actually written. Anyway, hopefully you found that useful and informative, and I will see you in the next video.